He did it! He lacks critical information. I kinda do. Heavy steps. Ragged breathing. There's much time left. It might already be too late. The labyrinthine pathways of arbitrary sharp turns seemed strange as panic blotted out the once deeply ingrained memories that usually guided me. Every corner felt a stranger. Every straight line too long. The bell tolls for me. I bit down hard on the last of my rations, held only by the skin of my teeth. It barely hung on as I kept frantically looking around, hoping for the few scraps of burning memory of mine to find a familiar sight that would lead me to salvation. The gates must be closing by now. The last few barely making it. The rest of us never stood a chance. Suddenly, from a blind spot, a figure struck me. There was no time to react before I came crashing down onto the cold, hard ground. I struggled to regain my senses to at least see what fate would befall me in my final moments, but even in this abyss of endless terror, my mind could never have imagined the horror I witnessed. Oof, ow, ouch, that stings! Oh, that's my gameplay! Visual novels, I've never failed one! Who are you? Are you okay? Fidget nervously and sweat profusely. No. That's like, nah, don't do that. Don't drop your spaghetti right off the bat. Do it later when you're very close to succeeding. That's when you drop spaghetti. Are you okay? Well, I just got knocked over by some blind by choice asshole who gave my skirt a decorative dirt coating. So all in all, fucking fantastic, though I would prefer to not be on the ground right now. What a fucking potty mouth. I don't like girls that swear. Jesus Christ. Wash it out. You think I'm gonna stick my dick in there when you say words like that? Help her up. Not with an attitude like that. Here we go. That's what girls want. Girls. How do I not get banned? How do I not get banned? I'm not about to say that girls want to be dominated. I'm not about to say that girls want a hard and harsh master. I'm also not implying that girls love it when you're mean to them. Here we go. Girls want a strong man. A strong man, right. Girls don't want no weak man. So don't apologize. Don't ever apologize to a girl. Be it real or unreal. Not with an attitude like that. Listen up, dickhead. She's really asking for it. She's really asking, like, to turn her head into a dickhead. I don't know who you are, but you've got a lot of nerve smacking someone down and not even bothering to help them back up. But since your mother didn't teach you manners, I'll let this one slide. Are we gonna get into the femdom route this way? Where she's gonna teach us manners? Fingers crossed. By the looks of it, you're late for school as well, and by a stroke of once-in-a-lifetime luck. Are you offering? You just happened to bump into the prettiest girl in town. Prettiest girl in town, so I'll forgive you for your extreme transgression of laying your hands on a fair maiden, if you tell me which way to go, since I seem to have gotten lost on the way. Oh, another common anime trope, right? People being directionless. Actually, I'm lost too. Don't wanna. I don't go to school. That's right. Too cool for school. Next lesson in the Lambda Love book. Girls want bad boys. And bad boys, they don't think. They don't go to school. Bad boys don't do drugs, okay? Okay, kid, don't do drugs, okay? Don't do them, okay? Bullshit. Oh, she's angry now. I love this. Cut the crap. I can see your crusty ass uniform and no living person would dare to go out looking like a filled trash bag by choice. Though, considering how little activity there actually is inside your skull, I'm willing to admit you sure as hell don't seem like you've ever been to school. When can I fuck her? This is the part in visual novels where I would just keep holding control until the H scene starts. I'm lost too. Girls like it when you admit a little bit of weakness, to then sucker punch them as soon as they take the bait. Oh, thank God I said sucker punch and not donkey punch. I'm lost too. Just my luck. Though in retrospect, I guess he wouldn't be in here with me right now if he weren't lost as well. I wish the whole game was like this. I should have played a visual novel. Oh well, no point in crying over spilled blood. We might as well just wait for another student to come by and follow them instead. What can we do while we wait? It's just you and me here. And this wall where anyone can lean on. Or against, or be pressed against, or... I can cub it on you if you want to. I'm Mirage. Don't bother telling me your name though. I don't really care. I feel like she's more manly than me. You could do with being a bit nicer to people you've only just met. Just waiting here won't get us anywhere. We should be looking for a way to the school. She's a tsundere type! She's a tsundere! And you know what, they dislike being called out on that. Yeah? Well, you could do with a beatdown, so fuck off. She's a really mean tsundere. She's more like Tsunsu. But yes, you're right. I don't really care about what you or anyone else thinks of me, so I'm not interested in trying to be nice, just so you'll be in a good mood. Damn, she's edgy. Why not? If we're stuck in here together anyway, what's the point of making it worse for both of us? We have to make the best of it. Undress now. By the way, these thighs! Damn, they're literally custom built to hopefully strangle me and choke me out. I find it hard to believe considering how heated up you get from practically anything I say. She's getting heated up and I can tell because I have like, I guess, heat vision or something, I don't know. Where exactly is she heated up? Pointing at my crotch right now. Don't flatter yourself. Blowing off steam, it's just how I cope. I can help you with that. Like, it's not steam coming out of it, but you can still, you know, cope with what? Cope with what? Everything. I mean, really, take a moment to think about it. The human mind, in its complete vastness, is capable of recognizing its utter helplessness and uselessness in the face of inevitable and unavoidable non-existence, but is incapable of coming to terms with it. We can only ever ignore it, hide from it, or temporarily escape from it, but the fact is that we are bound to the way of all things. Death is unavoidable not only to us, but all that exists or ever has existed. Every living being will eventually die out. Every speck of matter will eventually wither away and dissipate into entropy. Yeah, I know. Is this like... Is this... Are you 12 and this is your first foray into like philosophy or something? You need to tell me if you're 12. I assume you're of age. So what you do to stave off the fear of nihilism and death and just meaninglessness, you have lots and lots of dirty fucking robot sex. That's right. Robot sex is okay because they're not human, they're appliances. So you can fuck them as often as you want, just like a washing machine. Oh my god, Jesus Christ. Flower, what the fuck did you admit to us there? It doesn't matter if you lived a good life or if you left a legacy behind. Oh, accidentally. It doesn't matter if humanity survives for 1,000 years or dies out tomorrow. The end result is the same. The absolute nothing. The real end result was the mistakes we made along the way. Human intelligence is far beyond that of other animals, but it would be misguided to consider that a gift. Yeah. Here you go. You don't need to be smart. All of you thinking you're smart? Huh? You're misguided, huh? You're not gifted at all. Fucking nerds. All other beings have the gift of ignorance, of not understanding what we do. Our intelligence is not a gift, it's a flaw. It's an overextension of evolution. Intelligence, once a great feature in aeons past, continued to grow unchecked and unfiltered, and has since passed the threshold whereupon it is no longer a benefit, but an active danger to its host. I am the most safe person in the world. Much like the Irish elk, a species of deer that, through uncountable generations of evolution, grew antlers so wide and vast that it could no longer run from predators, eventually leading to extinction. Is this how evolution works? They couldn't, like... No, that can't be right. There must have been elks that had smaller antlers that were able to escape. And it must have devolutionized back to smaller antlers then, right? Because those were the ones that survived. Or was that just suddenly a full generation of big antler boy elks? And they all died. And that's it. The human mind is an evolutionary maladaptation caused by going too far in a direction that was once beneficial and will, sooner or later, lead to our extinction. You're a robot! On an individual level, it's already happening. It's happening! Existential dread is already taking hold. I'm sure you've felt it too. The pain and fear of being nothing, becoming nothing. The suffering of understanding that. Every day I live is a day I look forward to being closer to death, so... I look forward to this nothingness. I don't know about other people, obviously. I like living these days. It's quite nice with Babby around, but just being able to, like, retire forever, basically. Kicking back and the vast nothingness in my face. Yeah, that's where I want to be. That's where I want to be. We are unable to come to terms with it, so we hide from our own intelligence. There's no need to hide. We set limits. We stop ourselves from thinking deeply about what will happen when we die. Now, I think about it every day. We create distractions. We keep our minds busy with mundane activities and entertainment to stop ourselves from having to come face to face with the truth. We sublimate it. We transform our self-reflective suffering into another form, art, to keep it from consuming us. Anything to avoid the panic. But these ways are all simply temporary. They're just there to push back the inevitable veil of helplessness and despair that would encompass and ruin us. In the end, nothing matters. There's no point in trying to find joy in life. For life in and of itself is suffering. You're wrong! Huh? Come on, kick in the epic music! You criticize those who consider your vast intelligence a gift. Our vast. No, yours. I don't count myself among them. And yet also misguide yourself to believe our meaninglessness is a curse. How could it not be? Nothing we do matters in the end, and that is precisely why we are not shackled by the burden of expectations, the fear of eternal judgment, or the failure to meet up to an arbitrary definition of what makes our limited time not wasted. Come on, someone cue up the Phoenix Wright, like the hype music when you fight back against the prosecutor. Time cannot be wasted, for there is no greater purpose to life than simply living it. But still, in that case, the meaninglessness of our actions draws to the same conclusion. There is no reason to act, for any action is simply a temporary fluctuation that will nevertheless lead to the same conclusion. Quite the contrary. Because we have no greater purpose, we are free to set our own, to create self-defined goals for which to strive. For some it may be nothing, for some it may be pleasure, for some it may be creation, for some it may be improving the lives of others. It is because we have no greater purpose that time spent on goals set by oneself cannot be time wasted. In the end, nothing matters, and therefore you have no reason not to do what you want, rather than whatever illusion of greater purpose is forced on you by others, or even your own misguided thoughts. I do understand what you mean. However, that doesn't ease my fear of the end. Even if I were to try to find purpose, I would still be paralyzed by the thought of becoming nothing. And it is a thought worth fearing. However, abandoning purpose, hope, choice, goals, pleasure, and will cannot make that thought disappear. The fear, however, can subside. Giving up is not accepting the end, it is simply accepting the fear of it. It is embracing despair rather than facing it. Are we about to build a future with her? Just fuck already! I agree, why am I still trying to get into her panties? She's clearly not wearing any, considering how edgy she is. I see. Though as much as I'd like to embrace it, I'm nevertheless struck with that paralyzing existential panic. I understand it logically, and I know that there's no reason to live in apathy, but my emotional side refuses to listen. Typical woman things. The fear persists, and I cannot motivate myself to seek purpose, despite knowing I must. This is true. The emotional is not controlled by the logical. However, they are interlinked. Are we about to interlink finally or not? I've never spent this much time on a woman, I swear. This much time and effort. Just as the deepest, darkest depths of despair can overthrow reason and the logical, warping them to fit into that haze of depression, so too can reason influence and overpower emotion, regardless of how impenetrable its defenses may seem. I hope our protagonist is undressing while doing this speech, because otherwise we're losing time. By continually forcing to subvert those creeping negative thoughts with the positive logical ones, the emotional mind will eventually, slowly, gradually, start to shape to fit the logical. It's not an easy job. It's not a quick job. But it's a job worth doing. It will sometimes feel like an impossible job. Like a... Can't make that joke. Can't make that joke. Okay, I'm not allowed to make any jokes on this here. Okay. However, it can be done. With an immense amount of time, effort and energy, it will improve. You can change. You can heal. Is society healing now? I don't know. And during the hardest times, when all seems lost and you want to give up, never forget... Is he about to turn in? Are we gonna rickroll her? Oh my god, that would be the single greatest thing to happen. And Lightning Hand is not here to witness it. Oh, we will always love you. I can't hit the high toast. Well, I'll be damned. Guess you got a good head on your shoulders after all. Can I try yours? Hell, I'm impressed. Man. I feel like I've just shed the weight of the world off my back. Or rather, you've done that for me. I can do much more for you when it comes to stuff like this. And honestly, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. You've given me a lot to think about, and while I'm sure I have a long and hard road ahead of me, I'm optimistic. For the first time in what feels like an eternity, I'm optimistic. You cannot sex the robot. God damn it! Why am I still playing this game? Say, we're already way too late for school, and it's becoming quite clear by now that nobody's going to come lead us there. So how about you and I ditch that passion-draining penitentiary and go grab something to eat, eh? Eh? Turned into a Canadian. Yeah, sure, I've got nothing better to do today. You're paying, though. Sorry, to be honest, I'm still kind of mad at you for how rude you were to me. No, she's paying. I want something to eat. Oh, you sneaky bastard. But alright. I do owe you one anyway. So what better time to cash out your did a nice thing to a girl way out of my league coupon than now, eh? Eh? With that attitude. The all-imperfect love song. Am I getting a P rank for this one? Wink wink. P can stand for both penis and pussy. I know, it blows your mind, right?